Hey, good evening, everyone. This is the August Jacksonville North Pulaski Board of Education meeting. And before we get started with other things, I want to talk about our vision and our mission. First, our vision: Jacksonville North Pulaski School District will be the model district where every learner is valued and empowered to become a successful, contributing member of society. Our mission is that the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District will foster a culture of ownership and accountability through partnerships that create multiple pathways for success. With that, I'll ask Mr. Moore to do the roll call.
Colonel Smith.
Here.
Daniel Gray.
Here.
Ava Coleman.
Here.
Jim Moore, present. Ron McDaniel.
Present.
Dina Tony.
Here.
Lauren Martin.
Here.
Laura Walker.
Here.
Everyone's here.
All right, thank you. After a moment of silence, Mr. Gray, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're starting off with special presentations.
Yes, sir. Good evening, board members. We have the first one from our special education department, Mrs. Christy Darrington.
Good evening, board.
Good evening.
I'm just going to do a little update on special education and what we've been up to.
You just turn your microphone, make sure it's on.
There.
Yeah.
Is it on it? There we go. They've moved everything around. So I've just started off. This is our new, just my department and who's where this year. We have added a new licensed psychological examiner thanks to the district's support. So that's going to help my department out, help us keep on timelines. And her name is Heather Davis. So each of the psychological examiners, school psychology specialists, will be assigned to 2 schools. And that will help lend us support so that they can expand their scope of practice, not only to just testing and identifying scholars, but help with any mental health and just help support their buildings and help me with manifestation conferences and stuff like that so that I can expand my support to teacher support, and that's going to be very, very helpful. That is our special education mission statement. I know you all can read that and you'll have a copy of this. But as always, we want our scholars to be learning at the rate of other scholars, if not faster, so that we can help them get caught up and not be so far behind. This year we are transitioning our special education paperwork from C's Attained to the state-supported Power School special programs. This is going to be an undertaking. Dr. Owa encouraged me to do it, so I hung in there with it. He's grinning. I was not real supportive of it, but I spoke to the State Department at length. I've hung in there all summer, and we are doing it. But it's going to be a transition. We are holding on to our other program while we transition over. The new program will handle all new referrals, all evaluation conferences, and annual reviews. And by the end of the 26-27 school year, all of our paperwork for special ed scholars will be housed in the new program. This is free implementation from the state, so that will save us money in the long run, but we are holding on to the old program because in special education at any time we have to do IEP conferences on current students, so it's not fair for our teachers to have to create an IEP that's current in a new program when they just need to update something. So the district supported me on maintaining for IEP amendments. If we have behavior concerns and we just need to have a manifestation determination conference, we'll do it in the old program. Existing data reviews, if we just need to look at testing information and determine if we need to test or not, we'll do that in the old program. And we also house our 504 in the old program. The new program will house 504 as well, so we're doing a transition of everything. Anything new will be done in the new program, And it's part of eSchool, Power School. So as these merge into the new program, everything's right there. One click and you're there. So over the summer, Ms. Williams, who's my special ed department secretary, and I, over the 4th of July break that we graciously got those 3 days, we sat at home and we validated close to 800 students. I didn't have anywhere to go, she didn't have anywhere to go. So we took every student and we validated their annual review dates and their evaluation dates and their eligibility categories. We binged Netflix and we clicked through 800 files to make sure their information was correct in the new program, so that we started with a clean slate and accurate data. The big difference in the new program and any other program out there is this information is automatically in eSchool. We don't now have to go into eSchool and put this data in. The more times you put data in, the more errors you can make. So anytime a conference is held in this new program, eSchool automatically has the information. Referral is done, it's there, and the State Department automatically has those dates. So that is going to help us as we transition over. And our cycle reporting, it's automatically done for us. And Dr. O's shaking his head because he knows I no longer have to stress about doing cycle reports, it's already there. So the information is there. If a date is entered incorrectly, that was a concern for me, I can go in and override the date. And there's only 2 people in the district that can override the date, well 3, myself, my secretary, and Ms. Freeman. So that's a security feature. I control who can do that, and I've decided that those will be the people that can control that. So I have eaten crow, but I did not want to do it, but it is going to end up being a good thing for us. And this is just a snapshot. I added the slide. It's some of the reports that I just click a button. The compliance IEP date. You'll see a date in red, a date in green, and a date in orange. The one in red, a date that is due, it turns red when it turns 30 days. And the teachers automatically see those red dates, they know they're getting too close. They're orange at 60 days and they're green at 90 days. If they're black, they have plenty of time to schedule those conferences, and I can push these reports out to individual teachers. But I see everybody's reports. There's no more maintaining caseload reports in Google Sheets. That's how we did it before. These reports are automatically generated, and I can create all kinds of reports myself and push them out. And I can send reports to Dr. Picard, Dr. Owa, Mr. Lester, any kind of report. Case manager one-stop shop, it's case managed. We don't have to list case managers and do that separately. It's all done in the program. And this is just another sample, disability by gender. I can run reports like that and do bar graphs, all kinds of graphs. Any information that you would want, I can run it just like that. And so that is another plus to the program. Like I said, as I've gotten into it more, I had to have conversations with Power School in California to get this information, but we got there. And we are the biggest district in the state that is using the program. So it's ended up being a good switch. The training plan for staff, I'm the only one that's been through the training because they did it in the summer. So Dr. Picard worked with me, and on August the 26th, we were training all the special ed staff and the designees in the building. We have a plan to roll that out to them. It is after school started, but we're not pulling anybody away from students. And then I just have a little news from the Hill. I went to Washington, D.C. as part of the Arkansas Association of Special Education Administrators. I do serve on that board. And I was fortunate to go up to the Hill. And I put these are some briefs that we shared, but I was able to share information personally with Senator Boseman and Congressman Cotton and Westerfield, and it was the best experience I've ever had in my life to sit down and share information about IDEA funding, because if you don't know, we were supposed to be funded at 40%, we're currently funded at 10%. So the reason I spend so much of the other money in the district budget is because I don't have enough money to run my program. So I went up there to advocate for special ed funding, vouchers, just to try to get our voices heard. I went as a party of 4 with other special ed administrators from the state. And I shared these briefs with you so you could see the facts that we shared with our senators and our representatives from the state. And they were very open to listening to us. I know they're politicians, but I really felt like they were listening to us. And then I just shared some pictures that we took while we were up there. And I plan to go next year. The board is gracious enough to fund our trip and send us up there every year. It was hot, it was exhausting, but it was worth everything. I got 6 miles in and I just got out of a boot from foot surgery, so it was a lot. Any questions about special ed?
Hey, board members, you have any questions? Did you have any vegetables and fruits with that crow?
No, but it's gonna be a good year.
Thank you, Mrs. Darrington.
Good job.
Good job, thank you.
Board members, 2 additional special presentations. Senator Clark Tucker is here with the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. Senator Tucker.
Didn't bring Dolly Parton.
I got a crossword cutout.
What's the matter with you?
Thank you, Dr. Owen, and members of the board. I've got a PowerPoint, but I'm just gonna give you all some high points. I don't need to go into, I'll go into as much detail as y'all want me to, but first of all, just thank y'all for having me here this evening. And more important, thank you for what you do for the kids in Jacksonville, North Pulaski, every day and throughout the year. It's a lot of times a thankless job, but it is very much appreciated, so thank you. So I'm here on behalf of the Pulaski County Imagination Library, which is a local program partner of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And if you're not familiar with this program, what it does is it sends 1 book per month to every kid who registers for the program from their birth until their 5th birthday. So if they register at birth, they get 60 books by the time they turn 5 years old. And it's at no cost to the family. And there is no income eligibility for it. That's a choice specifically made by Dolly Parton, because she said when the kids show up to kindergarten and the teacher says, raise your hand if you read Ferdinand the Bull, she wants everybody to raise their hand. She doesn't want there to be a demarcation based on whose family may have higher incomes than others. When you register, the very first book you get, this is also a Dolly choice, is The Little Engine That Could, no matter how old you are. After that, then you get an age-appropriate book selected by an early childhood panel of experts for that particular month. 2 years, 4 months, 3 years, 8 months, whatever the case might be. And then the last book that you get is Ready for Kindergarten. So the Pulaski County Imagination Library really has 2 roles. One is to register kids for the program, and the other is to pay for the books. And we seek to partner with all 4 public school districts in Pulaski County on both of those missions to help us pay for the books and help us get kids registered. So I'm going to give just a little bit of background how important early childhood literacy is, and y'all are doing the work in the trenches every day, so I'm sure y'all know most, if not all, of this. When a baby is born, their brain is 25% the size of an adult's brain. By their 1st birthday, their brain has tripled in size. So that's in their 1st year of life. By the time of their 3rd birthday, their brain is 85% of the size of a normal brain. That's before y'all ever get your hands on it, right? And so that's the point I'm trying to emphasize. By a child's 5th birthday, 85% of their intellect, personality, and social skills are developed. Yet we spend 95% of our public education dollars after a child's 5th birthday. And so this program seeks to spend just a little bit of money, and you know what they say about an ounce of prevention for those first years of life. This program is particularly important, even though, as I said, all children are eligible, but for children who live in poverty. I got a lot of data here, and I don't want to inundate y'all with numbers, but I'll just give you a few. Half of children from low-income communities start 1st grade up to 2 years behind their peers. Childhood poverty, as y'all know, is pervasive in Arkansas. Children in middle income and high income homes have on average 13 books per child in their household. Children living in poverty have on average 1 book per 300 children in their houses. And remember, as I said, if you register for this program at birth, then you individually, forget your siblings, you got 60 books by the time you get to your 5th birthday, and your siblings can get the same. The National Commission on Reading said that the single most significant factor influencing a child's early educational success is an introduction to books and being read to at home prior to beginning school. The only behavior measure that correlates significantly with reading scores is the number of books in the home. And I can keep going. Creating a steady stream of new age-appropriate books has been shown to nearly triple interest in reading within months for young kids. By the age of 2, children who are read to regularly display greater language comprehension, larger vocabularies, and higher cognitive skills than their peers. Children who live in print-rich environments and who are read to during the first years of life are much more likely to learn to read on schedule. Okay, I'm going to just kind of fast forward a little bit. The way this program works is that Dolly Parton Imagination Library International, and they've served over 100, I think now it's over 200 million books across the world since it was founded like 25 years ago. In Arkansas, we were the second state in the country where every zip code was eligible for service, which we're really proud of. Dolly actually did come to Little Rock and do an event, which was quite a bit of fun. She sang a couple songs. One of the things she said, and you know, she's so, I think, I really admire Dolly Parton, but this stuck with me, is the reason she's founded this program is because she considered her dad to be brilliant, but he was functionally illiterate. And she said, when the Bible says to honor thy father and thy mother, that means more than just to obey them. So she started this program to honor her father, to make sure that kids across the country and all over the world can read. Here in Pulaski County, we send about 150,000 books out every year, which we're really proud of. And again, no cost to any of those kids. And it's really, structurally, the program functions on a county-by-county basis. And so that's why I break the numbers down like that. In Arkansas specifically, this is important to say because this is why when we're asking for money from the 4 school districts that we seek to partner, it's not a gift to a nonprofit. It's an investment in the children who will be attending your school. In Arkansas only, and this is before the 3rd grade literacy requirement, you know, in Lawrence that's gotten a lot of attention recently. So this is, take that to the side. But Imagination Library participants are 18% more likely to score proficient in or above average in reading and language arts, and 28% less likely to repeat 3rd grade. Imagination Library participants are 24% less likely to repeat kindergarten. These are numbers that are specific to Arkansas. As I mentioned, so we know that it has the effect here. The way that we have structured our memorandums of understanding with the 4 school districts in Pulaski County, it's the same formula for all 4. Because what we do is we get your average kindergarten enrollment over a 5-year period, because we know there's not going to be, if we do a 5-year rolling average, there's not a huge fluctuation in the numbers. So the amount of money likewise won't fluctuate to a huge degree from one year to the next. And then we take that number and we multiply it by 2. So conceivably, the kids who will be attending your school district, for 2/5 of those kids, y'all would chip in the money for that. Right now, there are 2,891 kids in the zip codes served by Jacksonville North Pulaski School District who are presently enrolled in the Imagination Library, which is really wonderful. It's $30 a year, you know, for each kid. So all in all, that comes to about $88,000. We have it structured with the state that the state pays half. So that cuts the Pulaski County Imagination Library cost down to about $44,000. And with that formula that I mentioned, that we have with each school district, the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District's contribution would be about $18,000. So of the remaining 44, that would be a very significant chunk for us, and then it's on us to raise the rest to pay for all the kids who live in the Jacksonville North Pulaski district who will be attending your school, and we welcome that responsibility to raise the rest of that money for those kids. As I said, we don't just, we do want that amount of money, but we also want to partner with school districts to help get our registration numbers up. So to the extent we can partner with your early childhood office, and when you send out notice to kids who are registering for pre-K, we want to maybe include an Imagination Library leaflet with a QR code in there for them and all their siblings, or when you have a community fair, for us to have a table at that fair, or whatever the case might be, to help get the word out, because as I said, we want to register every kid possibly that we can, and there's no one in your community who's communicating with families, more than this school district. So we would love to partner in that aspect as well. So I promise just to hit the high points, and I'll go into as much detail as y'all want, but that's really the gist of the idea.
Okay, do you have any questions from the board? Doctor, was this something we need to vote on? You want to wait?
Actually, we've been partners with Imagination Library since the existence of the district, and so we just wanted them to come in partner as part of our Jacksonville Reads program, and we fund it with federal funds, and so we just wanted them to be able to come and share with you all what we do.
And thank you
All right,
for
thank you,
your previous-
Senator Tucker.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all very
Thank
much
you.
for all of your support. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
If Dolly comes back, make sure we know.
Yeah.
I will. Sounds good.
We want to see her.
Thank you, Senator Tucker. Board members and audience, the last special presentation will come from the Academies of Central Arkansas Foundation, Mr. Marcus Jewett.
Not only do I have to follow Senator Tucker, I didn't bring Dolly Parton either. So, good evening, school board, president, superintendent. On behalf of the Academy of Central Arkansas Foundation, we just wanted to come and give you an update since the last time we visited with you. And thank you for your continued partnership. So on behalf of Dr. Michelle Lynch with me here, she's your district's partnership manager. I promised Dr. O I'd keep it between 2 and 3 minutes. So unlike last time, we're going to roll through this. It's going to be quick, but I just want to share with you some of the new things that have happened, as well as give your folks the kudos that they deserve through the Academy's perspective. So in under a year, Jacksonville High School has almost doubled all their number of business partners. So they're sitting at 20 signed business partnership agreements in place with companies like Riggs Cat, 6 Hour, Red River Auto, Harrison Renshaw, Economics Arkansas, Crane Automotive, Carti, some major players that are doing some pretty awesome things with your students and your faculty. So we're really excited about the growth there. On top of that, we had another successful career expo for all of our 9th graders. That's the 4th one we've done, and we're going to keep doing them. I didn't have as much gray hair 4 years ago. But it's a great event to get 9th graders prepared to enroll in those academies of their choosing their next school year. We also held our Regional Ambassador Retreat, which is our student leadership group. We did that for the 4th year. But this year we also celebrated a couple firsts with the creation of the foundation. And so 2 that I would like to highlight, we had our first, it's called the Academy Advantage Senior Hiring Event. And so for students that are, they're about to cross that graduation stage, we had it in April. We had 176 seniors come to that event, prepared with resumes and all of their pre-work done, dressed up, ready to rock and roll. And we had 65 interview managers there. And so students were able to get 5, 6, or even 7 interviews in a 45-minute span with hiring employers. And thank you, Dr. O. You came to visit at Pulaski Tech when this event was going on. And I just want you to be very proud of your Jacksonville High School scholars. You had 20 students that showed up. Of those 20, 1 was hired immediately on the spot, which is almost unheard of nowadays. And 14 of them were promoted to the next round of interviews. And so they did very well for themselves. The feedback from employers was, hey, these Academies kids are interviewing better than folks that are coming to us from industry. And so, again, kudos to Dr. O, his team, and the vision here, and to you all for leading this work. We also had our first Academy's Annual Awards Luncheon. Many of you were there. Thank you for joining us. We had about 300 guests in attendance. We're going to have to find a new venue next year. I think we've outgrown it already. But what we're able to do during that event was to celebrate our district leadership, to celebrate our community partners, our teachers, our principals, and most importantly, our students. And so if you were there, if you saw this, if you weren't, Dr. O got to sit on a panel with superintendents from the other public school districts here, moderated by Ford NGL CEO who was in town for the event, and cast a vision for what academies are doing for your students. And it's very powerful. We also honored Dekyla Anderson Robinson, who was the first Academy Ambassador of the Year award winner from Jacksonville High School, as nominated by her teachers and faculty. So she came up to the stage, got an award after a video was played that was a phenomenally well done video made by your very own Shisa, highlighting Dekyla and her efforts as a senior here at Jacksonville. And so with that, we're continuing to work on compiling the annual report, and we'll be excited to release that probably here right around the same time school starts. So we'll get that to you as soon as possible, and I know that's got to put me close to my 3 minutes that I promised Dr. O. So I just want to say again, thank you for the partnership and the great work that we're doing together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have any questions? Anybody? All right, thank you again. Okay, we're up to facilities report, or do you have something else?
That's it, facilities report. Baldwin and Shell.
Got the fantastic trio.
Good evening. Thanks for having us here. I'm gonna give just a really short facilities report and then we'll follow it up with the fun stuff. Right now at the old Merle Taylor conversion, we are working in the Horizons hallway and are about 95% done with our sprinkler install, and that's for actually the entire building, except for sprinkler heads in the pre-K, which we are holding off on till the next phase. Our HVAC is also about 90% done. Our sewer is 100% complete, so we are waiting on some direction for WER on how to tie in between the Horizons hallway and the other two hallways, because those are supporting walls there, and we have to cut into them to bring in the HVAC duct, so we need that to be designed for us to do. As soon as we get that, then all of those things will be 100%, and we will be putting all the finishing touches, ceilings back in, walls done, floors done. So Horizons is looking really well. We actually got started on the CTE building a little bit early. We got transformers switched over before school started, just in case there was a glitch somewhere along the way. We didn't want to cut power out anywhere once the students are back. That's done, complete, so should not be a problem in the future. And as soon as Kevin gets his stuff out of the CTE rooms, we'll get started getting the floors cut out and ready to go. So, he's ready. He'll be there. And the pre-K is, I think we're going to get the construction drawings this Friday, and we should send it out for bid next week. So, does anybody have any questions? I know you have a report in front of you.
When is the projected date that it will open?
Pre-K.
Pre-K, yeah.
Pre-K, so we're running just a hair behind our original projection just because of all the appropriate approvals that were necessary. So we think we'll be able to start the project. We should have final numbers for you in about 4 weeks or so. We'll start shortly thereafter. So we're anticipating we'll still have it done and ready for you for fall of 27.
Okay. Any questions?
How long are we anticipating the fence up in that side road off of Loop Road being non-accessible for the school? Is that gonna be the whole school year?
Yes, it'll be all the way through. We are finished with the pre-K.
Gotcha, thank you.
Which is one of the reasons we put it up. We don't quite need it up right this moment, but we wanted it to be there for the entire year.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you very much, we appreciate it.
All right,
One more.
now the fun stuff. You go.
See an eagle out there, so.
Yes, so, Baldwin and Shell is part of the Associated Builders and Contractors of Arkansas, also known as the ABC, and every year they take submissions for the Excellence in Construction Award, the Eagle Award. So last year, in May, I believe, we finished up the R Care at the Merle Taylor Old Elementary School, and one of the things that EIC takes a look at is how that affects the community, and we decided to go ahead and submit on that project because we felt that it was a great add, not only to the school but also to the community. And lo and behold, between all of the submissions for the category of renovation, restoration between 1 million and 5 million, y'all won.
Hey!
Now, it's, Baldwin Shell, we're honored to be able to work with you guys, and over the last couple of years. And WER, they, unfortunately, we're not able to be here tonight, but we wanted to take this time to present the Eagle Award to Dr. Jeremy Owa and the entire school board. So,
Photo op.
Photo, yes.
Steps.
There's something to short people, right?
Just wanna make sure that you're seen. All right, everyone, count of three. 1, 2, 3. Well, that was video. Stand by. 1, 2, 3. Smile. I got you. Thank y'all.
I'm your favorite.
I know you are.
So we're used to Eagles, right? Jim? Okay, we're up to, okay, make sure it doesn't break, we'll be in trouble then. Okay, we're up to public comment, and before I call up a speaker, I want to read this. Good evening, everyone. We now open the floor for public comments. This is a designated time for community members to share their thoughts on matters before the board. We welcome and appreciate your input and ask that you speak respectfully and professionally. Please refrain from making statements about individual students or district staff members, as the board only considers such matters upon recommendation from the superintendent. Your comments will be recorded in the official minutes. While we value your perspectives, please note that the opinions shared during public comment do not necessarily reflect the views of the board. And we have a speaker, Christian, is it Christian St. Clair?
It's Christian, just like the religion.
Okay, Christian St. Clair.
Okay, good evening. I am here on behalf of the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District Parent Action Coalition. We just have another question. What feedback loops does the district use to detect when student performance is improving or declining? And how quickly does leadership respond to those clues? Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right. We're up to legal update. I see Mr. Richardson out in the audience, so would you come up and enlighten us?
After those interesting special reports, I will take comfort in the notion that you kind of want your legal update to be boring, because if it's interesting, that means something's going wrong. So that is tonight's legal update. We had 2 matters before the EEOC. Now we have 1 because one of the claimants had their notice of right to sue issued, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, so he'll have about 90 days to file a lawsuit if he can get that together. I haven't heard anything, so I'm hopeful that'll drop away, but if not, we'll deal with it. The other is a newer matter, so it'll probably take some time before that one rolls off. Other than that, there's not a lot of legal action going on in the district. So, I guess, unless there's questions.
Anyone have any questions? All right, thank you, Mr. Richardson.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of the day. Okay, we're up to the district reports now. Superintendent report.
Yes, a few updates. We have at the Jacksonville Middle School, Jacksonville High School, the therapists that we received grants for last spring have been interviewed, and so hopefully they'll start at the beginning of the school year. We've had several candidates, and so the principals are wrapping that process up. Current enrollment projection, we're sitting at K through 12, 3,990, with pre-K through 12, 4,168 as of today. Staffing update, we have 1 remaining position. Hopefully after this personnel report is approved, we will have 1 remaining teaching position left at the elementary level, and that's a possible. Right now, the position is filled, but there's a teacher that may be relocating out of state, and so that would create the 1 remaining teaching position. So at this point, after tonight, we should be fully staffed. Just wanted to share a quick update about the Titan Leadership Institute. We did conduct that with all of our leaders last week. It went well. We spoke about the strategic priorities, academic and graduate vision, and then leadership and the forward steps we will take to ensure that we continue to have achievement and growth among our students. But also, as we launch the Kindness is Cool campaign, as we're going to teach the appropriate behavior that is expected across the district. And so we're looking forward to that campaign as we move forward as well. Highlights, we did have administrators to present at the summer conference for AAEA, which is the Administrators Association. We did a presentation on our full paid teacher residency program that we have in partnership with UA Little Rock. We also have been able to participate in the Mount Pisgah Baptist Church Back to School event. Mrs. Williams and Dr. Picard participated in that. We also have been able to share what we're doing this year, our vision and next steps for this school year with KATV, as well as KRK and Fox 16 as well. And so we're moving forward with the opening of schools. Teachers and staff members, most of them started reporting back today. Of course, we have district convocation on Monday, and the first day of school is next Thursday. So that concludes my report.
All right, any questions? All right, PPC reports, we don't have anything?
No, sir.
Okay, we're up to the consent agenda. Has everyone had a chance to look over the consent agenda? I entertain a motion to approve it. All in favor signify by saying aye. All right. We're up to personnel, and we have an addendum that we need to get approved. Entertain a motion to approve the addendum to the personnel report.
So moved.
Thank you.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Opposed, nay. All right. Do we need to go into executive session on the personnel, or can we move on? What's the pleasure of the board?
Move to approve the personnel report as presented.
All right. Second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, we're up to board comments. And anyone have any comments they want to present? I have one. I'd like to encourage the board members to seek out folks for the Legacy Honor that have contributed educationally, financially, and also legislatively to improve the district, to get the district where we are. We are probably looking at making, if we have enough folks doing it during the October timeframe, doing the what's that thing called where you come back to school?
Homecoming.
Homecoming, that thing. Homecoming week. So let's do that. We got a lot of people that do a lot of good things in the community, and we need to recognize those folks for their efforts. So if you would reach out, not only talking to you, but the folks out there in the audience, if they would, if they have someone that qualifies for that, please go to our website, and there's an easy way to do that. I'm pretty sure Ms. Chisa has already got that taken care of.
I'll share it again tomorrow.
All right, thank you. All right, if we have no board comments, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. Mr. Gray?
Move to adjourn.
All right, we're adjourned. Thank you. You're talking 37 minutes.